What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Jason and Joe here. Today, we're reviewing the new record by Garbage. It is our release of the week, voted for by our viewers over on the post tab. You can check there and find more releases to vote on for next release cycle, Friday. This is Garbage's eighth studio album. It's their first one since 2021. They're good for a record every like 3 to 5 years, it seems like. They had one gap of 7 years, but they've been more consistent than I thought they were. This one was produced by the band along with Billy Bush, who is known for working with groups like The Naked and Famous, Neon Trees, Foster the People, and Muse. Uh, I just listened to Garbage's debut for our 1995 deep dive. I heard their second record for the 98 deep dive. I might know some other songs scattered throughout their catalog, but that's pretty much the extent of what I know by Garbage. I'm not a huge fan of those. They're fine, but they're like 3-star records for me. So I didn't have a big expectation for this. I kind of was a little disappointed they won the poll, but should have figured they would.
Of course, they did. They're the only band with any name recognition, I guess. I too know the debut from '95, which I just listened to as well this week in anticipation for this new one. Version 2.0 from '98 made my top 25 that year. 4 stars. I like that album a good amount. Garbage self-titled, a little less so, but I think they had some good singles across the board. I really like their James Bond theme. The World Is Not Enough, which was, I think, from '98 as well. And then, like, pretty much everyone else on Earth, I kind of just stopped listening to Garbage. Bleed Like Me, Not Your Kind of People, Strange Little Birds, No Gods, No Masters. I may have listened to some of those. I probably listened to all of them, but I have zero recollection of doing so. So. I think they were all like 3 stars ish. And there really hasn't been a lot of reason to listen to Garbage since version 2.0. So wasn't exactly pumped to hear Let All That We Imagine Be the Light.
Yeah, and I will say that my level of interest was was met with with the quality of the record. I think it is I don't know. Nothing here really perked my ears up at all. It all sounded pretty much how I expected it to. I don't know. This band just I don't get a lot of like feeling or emotion from them. It's so like I mean it's well produced. It always sounds good, but it's just like too mechanical and like it doesn't even ever really feel like a band playing together or like people in a room making music. It their stuff just always kind of feels like computers to me, which can also be cool and won't discredit that approach entirely, but yeah, I don't connect with this band very much and this record is no different. They said that they were trying to like be a little more hopeful with all the negativity and things going on in the world and they were trying to not like be buried in their own despair. So that's kind of like the idea of the record is like searching for hope in the dark, but I didn't find much.
If that was what they were going for, it's a big swing and a miss because I did not get much hopefulness out of this album. And I also didn't like it much at all. I think I agree about the roboticness of it. And I think it's even more apparent here because Shirley Manson's vocals, there's a couple times on the album where I think they're pretty good. Most of the time, they're just very like robotic and kind of, I don't know, passionless, I think is a good description. Like there's I'm not picking up like any emotion from what she's singing about. And some of I mean, a lot of the lyrics seem kind of angry and like confrontational, and they kind of come off as hokey and stilted just because of her delivery, just sort of like chanting at people, and like there's no emotion, there's no like anything behind it on a lot of the songs. I think a couple of songs like Hold has a better melody, and she's singing, a little higher. I think it sounds pretty cool. Sisyphus again, it's kind of the same thing. I like the percolating synths on that. Some nice arpeggiated synth stuff in the bridge. And there's some cool like synths on this album, but I think for the most part, that's like all you get. You get synths, some drums, and Shirley singing. The only time the guitar is really noticeable would be Get Out of My Face, Bad Kitty, which I think is musically the most interesting sounding song because they do some fuzz bass and the guitar. I don't know if it's a synthesizer or just like a really synthesized guitar tone, but it sounds really cool. I wish they would do a little more of that. There's some songs that kind of sound like Depeche Mode, and then the last song, The Day I Met God, I really did not like. I don't know what the hell's going on, but she finds her God, and it's the drug tramadol. That was a terrible payoff for a long and just awkward lyrically song. I think there's a lot of bad lyrics on here. The opener, There's No Future in Optimism, just kind of lousy, trying too hard, kind of to be, I don't know. I don't know what they're going for, but they're trying too hard and it comes off just like the wrong things that she's saying. The backing vocals, the future love, love, future, kind of like Lady Gaga knockoff or something. And Uh, Have We Met the Void has some of my least favorite lyrics that I've heard this year. And yeah, there's just a bunch of songs where the lyrics just, I don't know, they feel like they're trying to be like, what's the word for it? Like they're trying to say something deep and profound, and they just feel like sort of like teenager picked, like confrontational, kind of yelling at people like lyrics. And like you'd think at this point in their careers they'd be offering a little bit more than just like the basic stuff that they were singing about in 1995 and probably worse now. Like it's less interesting, I think, all of these lyrics than they were back in the 90s. And if you're gonna keep going with a band like this, like try something more profound. Like try a little harder or something, because they're just not working for me. Like the song titles too, like Get Out of My Face, aka Bad Kitty. Like that's you shouldn't be past your 30s. Like as soon as you turn 30 years old, those words should not ever be strung together in one title. It's just, I don't know. I don't get what they're going for here. I like the dancier, groovier stuff more than the not groovy stuff, the profound, whatever they're going for stuff. But I don't know. I think they need a new direction and just a new sound and a new something, because this is just kind of retreads of old sounds, and just need something new from Shirley and Butch and whoever else is in the band. I have no idea.
One other thing worth noting is that I think once they had already started the record, Shirley had like hip replacement surgery and had like 2 months away from the band where they were, I guess, working without her. And I don't know if that plays into this feeling of the record, like not having like a real clear or like direct vision. Like the music seems just like very generic, like exactly what you would expect from Garbage, but even a little less interesting, just like Garbage retreads. So they take those, they send them to Shirley. It's just like, light industrial-esque jams, and she's putting her lyrics on it without like a lot of communication between the band. So like I don't know, the music really reflects what she's going for lyrically, and like Yeah, they just don't seem like entirely on the same page. So you get whatever she's trying to sing about. It doesn't seem like these kind of like tired 90s rock tropes are the right place for those kind of ideas.
Yeah, I thought maybe she would like take them to like she's obviously much older now. So do if you want to do that type of like in your face, like, oh, I'm angry, like, do it from a more adult perspective or something. Like it just feels like they're trying to be like 20-year-olds and they should be like on a new path now, like doing something new and different. And I mean, I think their 90s stuff is just full of hooks. Like their singles, Only Happy When It Rains, Stupid Girl, Push It. I think I'm Paranoid When I Grow Up. Like just hooks, great hooks in them, even though they're heavier and a little industrial sounding. And there is maybe like two hooks on this album that I would have like be that I'd be able to recall in any fashion or manner. And like everything else is just like uh, retreads, like not even trying to be catchy. And if you're not going to try to be catchy, you better have something to say. And if you don't have something to say and you're not trying to be catchy, then you're just going to end up like this album and just the worst of all worlds. I did not enjoy it. I'll go like a light 2.5 probably.
That's where I am too, 2.5. Just I didn't hate it, but nothing about it, even for a second, made me like feel like I was enjoying it. So,
Yeah, not. I don't know if this is probably worse than their last couple, but it's not that much worse. I don't know. If you really like their post 90s work, you'll probably enjoy this one. And if you don't, then you will not like this one at all.
well, thanks for voting for it, everybody. We'll do. Maybe we'll keep any of these '90s geezers out of the poll next time. All right. Let us know what you think in the comments. Hit like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Check the video description for a bunch of links to different places. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.